Hi, everybody. It's me again from 4945 Washington Boulevard. It's BJ, and we're here to talk about the last of our five values. Um, Again, the acronym, you know it, you love it. Say it with me. It's HIKEA, HIKEA, honesty, integrity, kindness, excellence, and accountability. Today we are talking about accountability, and we couldn't have worked this out more perfectly just coming fresh off of watching Governor Holcomb's address to the state, where he's outlined kind of a 5 point plan of how Indiana plans to address the COVID-19 situation. And within those 5 bullet points is the order to essentially hunker down, to stay at home, um, to not get out, to limit non-essential travel. So we're basically told we're government mandated now to social distance. And how this applies to the value of accountability, if you look at our firm's website, the definition that we came up with as a firm, again, it's not a dictionary definition, this is from our website. Accountability says we choose to rise above the present circumstances and take individual and collective ownership necessary to achieve superior results. So, how perfect is that, right? We're choosing to rise above the present circumstances. Well, what are our present circumstances? This is one of the most challenging things that's probably ever happened in the 40-year history of our firm. We are no longer permitted to be together. We're no longer permitted to go to the office if we're deemed non-essential. Um, Tax deadlines are getting extended by months. Communication is getting challenged. Cash flow is going to be tight, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We have some challenging circumstances that we're ahead of. But we, in the definition of accountability, says we are choosing to rise above those present circumstances. We recognize that there are going to be circumstances that hit us, and we're choosing to rise above that. Beyond that, it says accountability takes individual and collective ownership. And um, what better situation could we discuss the importance of individual and collective ownership of a certain circumstance? So um, Governor Holcomb, again, he's kind of outlined the importance of every individual staying home. There, in my mind, there is no such thing as collective accountability without individual accountability, right? Because if I choose to put myself in harm's way and put others in harm's way, and if you choose to do the same thing and disobey whatever somebody's telling you to do, and your neighbor decides to do the same thing, and the CPA firm down the street decides to do the same thing, if we are not individually holding ourselves accountable, we have no collective accountability. And without collective accountability, this whole house of cards falls down. So not to be an extremist by any means, but um, in order to rise above our present circumstances, the best thing that we can do is have individual accountability, which leads to group collective accountability. And we're gonna fight this thing, and we will get over it. I believe we will get over it as a state, as a country. Most importantly for this discussion, as a firm. So um, we've had these discussions about values, and again, this is the fifth video that I'm coming to you with about our values. Um, what I want you to think about today, if you just have a couple of moments to sit and just ponder this, is when are our values most important? Um, it's easy to practice integrity and kindness and excellence and everything when things are going well, right? It's easy to be kind, and it's easy to practice excellence when things are good and when everybody's healthy and when everyone's in a good mood and we're not staring down a deadline and we're not facing a virus situation. It's easy to practice those values, but when are the values most important? And I mean, I know you see where I'm going with this. Anyone can practice those things when things are going well, but we're in a situation right now where things are not going exactly as we expected them to be. Nobody could have foreseen this or planned it, but here we are. And how do we rise above this situation? I mean, I consider ourselves very grateful that we actually have values to fall back on, because we can use these now to guide our decisions and guide our communications going forward. If we didn't have a set of values, this would be even more challenging situation than it is currently. So, um, Go back, watch my other videos if you have to. Visit our website and look at what our own definitions of these values are. Practice honesty and integrity and kindness and excellence and accountability. Now's the time to do it. This is what's going to set us apart from other firms and from other service providers who might be kind of lost uh, as they navigate through these kind of choppy waters that we're going through. So accountability takes individual effort, it takes collective effort, and it takes an intentional choice to rise above a particular set of circumstances. That's where we are today. I want to let you guys know that we are still here. We are still working. We are still doing our best to serve clients. It's going to be challenging, but we will adapt and we will overcome this and we will let our values guide us throughout that process. As far as survival tips go for the day, a couple of things I would recommend. First is please do take 10 minutes and watch Governor Holcomb's speech to the state. I think he did a really good job of um, putting it in perspective, of doing his best to kind of calm people down, um, teaching them not to panic. It's just the situation that we're in. We will rise above it, but it takes kind of everybody being a part of that solution. The other thing is, as you go out, and obviously everybody needs supplies and groceries and whatnot, please don't panic. Just get enough for yourself. Think about your neighbors. Think about the community at large. If we all commit to just getting what we need for ourselves and our families, everyone's going to be fine and everyone's going to have enough. As soon as we start hoarding food and toilet paper and all this nonsense, then all of a sudden it puts everybody else into a panic. So we're not going to do that. We're not going to play a role in panic or overreaction. We're going to let our values guide our actions, both as professionals as just members of the community. So um, I'm going to tell you right now that this is honest talk here as a representative of the partner group. We don't have all the answers, and we don't know what's coming next or what the path is forward. But what I will commit to doing is staying honest with you and communicating as much as we can when we can communicate it to let you all know, how we're going to move forward as a firm to get through this thing. So um, don't let the whole gravity of the situation overwhelm you. Think about what you can do as an individual to do your part. And if we all take that same approach, we're going to come out on this just fine on the other end. So I do look forward to that time when we all get together again and go to Top Golf or go bowling or go karting or whatever it is, and be in each other's presence. For now, that's not possible, but we'll look forward to brighter days. Sunshine's supposed to shine a little bit later this week, so we've got that to look forward to as well. So um, stay faithful, stay true to your values, stay committed, and stay accountable. So I'm very, very happy and proud to have every single one of you on this team. And I look forward to getting through this together. So thank you for entrusting us as a partner group to lead you, and I'll do my best to stay in touch. Godspeed, everybody.